Hello, I'm Dolo, and I'm the Program Officer for Women for Global Fund. Women for Global Fund is a global movement to make the Global Fund responsive and accountable to the needs of women living with and affected by HIV, TB, and malaria. This video explains everything you need to know about gender assessments, which can be used to influence changes around national strategic plans, and also inform funding requests submitted to the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. Gender assessments enable countries to better understand how gender inequality shapes their HIV and TB responses, identify gender-related barriers that hinder access to HIV services, and determine how well national responses are addressing barriers that women and girls face in accessing services. The Gender Assessment Tool is a consultative multi-stakeholder process that aims to analyze and understand the national context for health issues such as sexual and reproductive health or HIV from a gender perspective. The tool has evolved over the years, and UNAIDS has developed a gender assessment tool that aligns with the global instruments guiding the HIV response, including the Global Fund. The Gender Assessment Tool supports countries to use a gender lens to make HIV responses gender transformative, equitable, and rights-based. Additionally, the Stop TB Partnership has developed a protocol to conduct an integrated tuberculosis community's rights and gender. It's also important to note that the gender assessments help to identify the needs of women and girls, and the information and data collected can increase the advocacy power of women's rights organizations and as well obtain political commitment to address these needs. Moreover, creating action in your country requires strategic collaboration and financial commitments from development partners, different ministries responsible for health, gender, youth education, justice, law, and economic and social development. We also need local authorities as well as community-based organizations, including the Global Fund, to engage in this process. The following are important gender assessments across TB and malaria. The entire gender assessment process requires preparation for the gender assessment, knowledge of your HIV and TB epidemics in country context, identification of your country's HIV and TB responses, analysis and use of gender assessment findings for gender transformative HIV and TB responses, and development of costed national action plans to mitigate and overcome identified gender-related barriers. The gender assessments have been conducted in the following countries, and it is worth noting that these countries are at different stages of the process. While some are just starting off, others have completed the process. Meanwhile, TB community rights and gender assessments have been conducted in the following 20 countries. COVID-19 has derailed our progress across HIV, TB, and malaria, and we need momentum and political will to end gender inequality. Now is the time to convene women in communities to call for gender assessments. It all starts with securing political will. The following can be done to create momentum. Advocate that your country conducts a gender assessment. Contact UNAIDS in your country or the Stop TB Partnership or the RBN Partnership to End Malaria to find out what is happening in your country. You can as well speak with national networks and share information on what is happening around the gender assessments and engage with your governments. And if you have access, include your first ladies, who can sometimes provide tremendous support. You can even request workshops to strengthen national plans in the next 12 months and even consider writing a statement to appeal for action. If your country has performed a gender assessment, ask questions about how your country's funding requests to the Global Fund integrated the recommendations. Thank you for watching this video. For more information, please visit the Women for Global Fund website and join us to continue ensuring that the Global Fund programs are gender transformative to meet the rights and priorities of women and girls in all our diversity.